Sam Loveman.
Oh, yes. The summer of love.
Nobody is more emotionally invested in covering this team on a day in, day out basis. And he will tell you when someone sucks.
How about his 10-second clips after a game when he's walking from the stadium?
I love it. It's incredible. I wish the camera angle was better. I mean, it takes one to know one.
But you know what, though?
Yeah.
That's what makes the video. Bad camera angles. Bad camera angles is what makes the video. He's on the phone right now taking a call.
I know. Get off the phone.
He's got to take the call. He's got to line up the calls. 888-957-9570. He's multitasking. He's running to YouTube. He's taking calls. He's got his scouts. He's got his notes on the Giants. He's ready to roll.
So here's my question to you, B. And I'll pose it also to Sam Lubman. If I was putting together a template for your fan base falling back in love with you after that offseason,
yeah,
feels like they're hitting on all marks.
Brought up young guys.
Yes.
You're competitive.
The young guys are solid.
Yep. You're getting hot at the right time. And I think the perfect time for a baseball team to get hot, when you have a humming basketball team like the Golden State Warriors,
you're in
the playoffs, and you got the residue of the offseason and everything, what's going to happen with Draymond Green? Bob Myers leaves. What does Steph Curry want? But then it's the perfect storm. It's a dead zone in quote-unquote sports, right? Everybody calls this the dead zone. The Niners are not coming back until training camp.
Yeah.
The Warriors right now getting ready for the NBA draft in 2 days, and we'll get into that in a couple seconds here. It's the perfect time. It's the perfect storm for them. So young guys, competitive, winning streak at the right time, and you got a fun brand of baseball. You're playing small ball. You're running the base pass.
Yeah.
You're playing solid defense.
Yes.
You're staying in the game, and now
you have an electric closer. Which I think is an electric closer. Feels to me like having a dominant wide receiver.
Yeah, no, the other dugout is like, oh boy, if we're trailing after the 8th inning, this one might be over.
Exactly. Like closers to me are like one of the sexier positions in baseball. Wouldn't you agree?
No doubt.
Right? And so when you have one of those guys and they could pitch 60 to 75 times a year, that's a huge weapon.
Yep, no doubt. And now the fans stink, especially Giants fans right now. It's a 4-0 game of the 6th inning. We're thinking, oh, it's not over yet. How many times, even during the 10, the 12, and 14 era, at times you thought, boy, 4-0 deficit, man, this one might be done.
I know.
Especially during the dark ages.
Yeah.
But now, they're down 4-0. Okay, let's just get something together here. Let's see what happens. VR goes yard. Okay, you got a little life in the crowd. Yaz goes yard. Okay, there's a little more life in the crowd. All of a sudden, you get action on the base pass where Garcia cannot find the strike zone whatsoever for the San Diego Padres in the bottom of the ninth. Now you're thinking, oh, boy, they're going to win this baseball game.
Yeah.
They're going to win this game. Now, I thought they were going to win it in the ninth. That's how I felt.
I did too.
But, okay, all right, you get to the extra innings, and now the Padres have used all their bullets. And the fact is, the Giants only used one Rogers brother. All right? The other Rogers brothers on ice.
And I'm glad that hasn't been more of a story this year because it tells you how many good stories there are on this team.
Yep.
Because I was going to be nauseated if that was the only story we had on this team.
No doubt. No doubt. Oh, the Rogers twins.
Yeah, just the Roger brothers story.
Taylor Rogers goes yesterday after Walker early in the baseball game. Very early in there. But then you get Camilo Duvall in a high-stress inning. I get it. But it's all good. Now you're still a game. But that's how you get people to fall back in love with the baseball team, by doing things the right way. And Farhan hasn't said much this season. Now, I know he went on with Willard and Dibbs last week, but you know what? He hasn't said much. He's kind of stayed out of the way, which is what we want right now.
I'm with you on that. And I have a question on the venue in a second because I seen people there last night. It got me to thinking, Sam Loveman, you've been following this team. No one's more passionate. In your wildest of dreams, if everything clicked right, did it look like this? Young guys coming in,
he's screening our
contributing.
Call. He's screening our call.
Oh,
on start over again, Shasky had to talk to AT in Sunnyvale.
In your wildest dreams, you've been the most optimistic when it comes to Farhan, the Giants in general. Like, you're bullish on them. And if you were putting together the flow chart of success, young guys coming in and kind of infiltrating the everyday lineup, Yaz and Crawford and J.D. Davis, still showing that they've got potential, the bullpen clicking and firing on all cylinders. Like, this is what it would look like. And even then, I feel like they're overachieving.
Well, I mean, this was always the plan. I mean, we've always talked about what is Farhan's plan, what is the vision, and this is what it's always been. It's been always, you start with guys like the Yazes, the Estradas, the J.D. Davises, guys who have been around a while. You plug them in. You don't know how long they're really going to be around. It looks like they're going to be around probably a lot longer than I think anyone really anticipated. But it's you start with those guys, and that's when you start introducing the younger guys, and that's what you're really starting to see this year. It's the fact that Patrick Bailey's taken off as well as he has. The fact that Casey Schmidt, bat isn't there lately. The glove still is. Luis Matos is injecting energy. I think Farhan, when he was on with Will and Dibbs the other day on Friday, talked about how when the young guys come around, like, the veterans, it gives them like
Yes.
another thing to be excited about. So last year, it was a grind. I remember talking to Yaz last year. He was saying that when the losses started to pile up, it felt like it started to really kind of grind the season to a halt. There was the expectations of the year before kind of weighing down on them. This year, you're seeing a team that they don't seem like encumbered by those huge expectations anymore. They're just going out and having fun.
Well,
the reason they're having fun is because they have guys like Schmidt, like Bailey, like Matos, like Ryan Walker. These guys making their debuts, having their first, and it's making this season a lot more fun for them. And when you're having fun, it's a lot easier to win baseball games.
You know, you're 100% right. It's just that I thought they'd be solid. I thought it would be more veteran laden. Like, I thought it was going to be, Mitchie Haniger and Conforto are going to have, above average years, and Yaz is going to have to come back up. And, like, I didn't think J.D. Davis was good at all. I didn't know if Lamont Wade Jr. could play first base. I've been way wrong on that. Lamont Wade Jr. hasn't only been great at first base defensively, he's been amazing at the top of the order,
yes.
which I scoffed at. They saw something that I didn't see. Lamont Wade Jr., his great batting eye, he's hitting the ball hard, he's getting on base, he's setting the table for the meat of this order. And then Tyro Estrada, who I really liked last year. Hey, is it a one-year wonder? We saw Donovan Solano in a 60-game season look really, really good, fall back down to earth. No, Estrada's better than what I thought last year.
So thinking about May 1st when they lost to Houston 7-3. They lost to Houston 7-3 Monday, May 1st. They dropped to 10-17.
It felt pretty low.
It was bad, right? You lost a series down in Miami. Logan Webb couldn't get a win. You lose a series. You actually beat the White Sox, but you lose 2 or 3 to the Yankees. You lose 2 or 3 to the Royals. The Dodgers come up here. You lose 2 or 3 to them. You lose to Detroit in 2 games. Now you got the makeup game. Remember that one got postponed. Then you got under Miami. You lose the first 2 games in the Mets series. I mean, it was just all bad. It was really all bad for the Giants after May 1st. 10-17, and we're thinking, okay, yeah, it's going just about as well as we thought it would go. 10-17. Then they won 2 straight in Houston. All right. And it felt like from that point, although they had a couple 3-game losing streaks here and there, it felt like they were starting to find their footing there. And despite losing the 3 straight home series, when you win games on the road, it shows me that, okay, there's continuity. There's no give up. They're starting to find it.
Yeah.
They will start to win games at home. They will start to win games at Oracle Park. I truly believe that. They'll play to their park. They'll get some pitching here. The hitters, we always thought this team will hit. They will hit. Now, can they get enough pitching? Last night, they got enough pitching. But again, you can't continue to go to this bullpen. So you're going to need a couple arms here moving forward. There's no doubt. That's why I don't want to, gosh, Giants are NL West favorites. No.
It's a long
8 games
way to
over
go.
500. We haven't even got to July yet, folks. Then you got the dog days of August, and you got September.
And they're using an opener, it feels like 3 slots out of the rotation now.
So you need
2 slots.
So how are you going to get through this week?
I don't know. And they got Arizona later on this week, and
I
you're going
know.
up against an NL MVP candidate. Corbin Carroll hit another home run yesterday. Vontae, he's on pace for a 30-50 season.
Well, Corbin, I've been trying to trade for him for the last month in fantasy baseball.
30-50.
He's legit.
He's so sick.
Dude, they're 15 games over 500, and they ripped the Brewers last night 9-1.
And you got them this weekend. So you got 4 against the Padres right now, and then you get them this weekend. So this is a big test.
So we know Wood is Thursday.
Yes.
Webb is Friday. DeSclafani Sunday. DeSclafani 2 starts this week
These are 2
against the
big
Padres
boy starts.
against Arizona.
Big boy starts.
Got to at least go 1-1 in those 2 starts.
I agree with you. Can I ask you about the venue? Seeing all the people there last night and seeing that moment. Okay, on the front end, I acknowledge because of baseball, there is more inventory of games, which will give you more opportunities for moments. Is it sacrilegious to even suggest we might have more moments, sports fan moments at AT&T Park in its 25 years than the 50-plus years at Candlestick for the multi-sports?
For the Giants or just the Niners?
Just in general.
No, the Niners had. Come on.
I'm because you couldn't have a Super Bowl at Candlestick.
Right.
It sounds crazy, but really think about it. Now, Oracle had a lot of moments, nowhere near what Candlestick had because they just weren't in the playoffs enough. There were moments though.
Oracle Arena.
What?
Oracle Arena for the Warriors.
Oracle Arena.
Right.
And then I look at, obviously, Levi Stadium. It's very new, and they've had moments, but not as many, right? And we know there's the NFC catch. That's going to be at the top.
I mean, if you put it like that, you get 81 games at home.
Right.
So it leads
Plus
to more moments. But memorable moments?
All those playoff games, all those World Series games.
You could say the Niners had more memorable moments at Candlestick Park.
It's 24 years in, 25 years in.
Well, it opened in 2000?
Yeah.
So we're 23 years in?
You're looking, I'm just thinking about you and me. I have so many memories at that ballpark. And I'm thinking about the generations of people who are going to have unbelievable memories. The Ishikawa walk-off, Scutero in the
Catching
rain.
the ball in the rain.
Right? Pablo Sandoval, 3 home runs.
All the
in a
Barry
World
Bonds
Series
home
game.
runs.
Barry Bonds home runs. Like,
Boy.
I know it sounds crazy.
But how about all the Jerry Rice? But how about all the Jerry Rice touchdowns? All the T.O. touchdowns.
I mean, the Monday Night Football against the Raiders.
Garrison Hurst, the season opener against the New York Jets, the 96 yards. I mean, Kaepernick.
300 yards and 200 yards running.
Clark, you got the 3 catches.
Alex Smith, Vernon Davis.
I know, you got a lot of that's. The Niners had a slew. I think we've forgotten a lot of moments.
No, I agree.
Steve Young's run against the Minnesota Vikings with Pat Summerall and John Madden on the call.
The fact that we're even having this discussion 25
years
in.
I think we're drinking a little Giants Kool-Aid right now. It's okay.
No.
Mike, hey, you know what? Good call. Go to St. Lakota. Mike Moore's home run.
Mike Moore, Matt Cain's perfect game, right?
It was unbelievable.
Which we just celebrated
Tim
recently.
Tim Lincecum 1-0 win over the Braves,
right?
2010.
The day that they won the NL West on the final game of the year.
Right.
And
you've had some great ones, but Deion Sanders' interception return against the Saints.
I know.
But
the fact it's even close.
Patrick Willis with some great hits.
The final
interception
playoff candlestick.
Yeah, Navarro Bowman. Had a lot. Boy, the Niners produced.
Well, even the Giants produced a lot of great moments at Candlestick too. Joe Morgan's home run, the '89 earthquake is up there. Their comeback, comeback in '62. Yeah,
well, Brian Johnson 2 home runs, but I mean, compared it to the Niners moments. I mean, and the Niners moments came in humongous games.
Totally,
you could say a lot of Giants moments comes in games where. All right, it's a regular season game in May. It's a regular season game in June. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Yaz's walk-off is special.
I agree.
But Jerry Rice breaking the touchdown record on Monday Night Football against the Raiders. First game of the season.
I mean, the Game 5 Giants-Dodgers at AT&T or whatever, Oracle, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, I'm watching that last night. I'm watching the crowd go crazy. I'm watching Yastrzemski get mobbed at home plate, and I'm thinking to myself, sneakily, in 25 years,
they've got a lot of great moments.
Holy moly, they've had moments.
They've had a lot of moments.
I mean, I think about the Pirates. The Pirates Stadium and Camden Yards.
Stadium.
These are old stadiums now, right? They're older stadiums.
PNC Park.
Yeah. The Giants have infinitely more moments than both of those organizations.
Well, the Pirates has stunk. The Orioles had early moments in the 90s when Camden Yards first opened. Remember, they were humming. They were on the brink of going to a couple World Series with Cal Ripken Jr., Albert Bell went over to the Orioles for a second. They had Roberto Alomar.
Eddie Murray.
They got hosed by, what's the fan's name?
Yankee Stadium. That was in Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, though. But that series, they got hosed.
Was that Danny Tartable? Who was the right fielder?
I don't remember the right fielder.
Gosh, it's going to kill me.
Jeffrey Mayer is the kid's name?
Jeffrey Mayer, I think you're right.
Is that the kid's name?
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium? Yep, that's the kid's name, right? Who's the right fielder? He was ticked off. Did Derek Jeter hit that home run?
I think so.
Was it Jeter with the home run?
Right. Jeffrey Maher.
Jeter hit the home run. Let me look up who the right fielder was.
12-year-old fan, baseball game, born in 1983, which means he's about our age.
He's 39.
Maher deflected a batted ball hit by Derek Jeter, and they ruled it a home run rather than fan interference.
Who's the right fielder?
I'm looking it up.
Tarasco? No.
It might have been Tarasco. That's actually a great call.
Who is that right fielder? Pull up that box score.
I am.
I got it. All right, let's go to AT at Sunnyvale while we look up this box score.
Tony Tarasco.
Tony Tarasco it was,
wow,
huh?
Bonte.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
They say I don't like baseball. AT
I was
Sunnyvale,
go
what's
Danny
happening?
Tartable.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all.
What's up,
I
baby?
just wanted to give Kapler credit for pushing all the right buttons last night. When you got to make 5-6 pitching changes in a game where you're behind and you don't know if the guys are behind you. You know, they might be down in the dumps. He really did his thing. And I think he's earned the right to go ask some questions at the trade deadline for sure. And maybe that's a Marcus Stroman who's got a little something to him, a little swag. And I think the pitching staff could really use that behind Logan Webb.
Can you bring that guy into this rotation right now? It would feel like a heaven sent.
But see, the problem is the Cubs are 4 out of the NL Central.
I know.
All right? They're 4 out. Pirates 2.5 out. Reds are going to be all of a sudden the Reds. Hunter Green is on the IL now, but they're a half game out of first place.
And that's why I'm targeting teams that I feel like are in the AL Central. To me, it's the White Sox and the Guardians. So Lucas Giolito, what's it going to take to get him out of there? You know, Bieber, what's it going to take to get him out of there?
Another guy to keep an eye on.
Give it to me.
He's hurt right now. Eduardo Rodriguez.
Ooh, I like that one.
He had a great start to the season.
I like that.
He may be cheap, too.
Is he the 30-year-old lefty?
Yeah, he's a lefty, former Red Sox.
Yeah.
Former Red Sox. He got off to a great start this year, right? Now, he's a guy, let me see. I'm going to pull him up right now. Eduardo Rodriguez. So he's on the IL right now, but he threw a successful bullpen session Friday at Target Field. He's traveling with the Tigers now. He's throwing bullpen sessions, so he may be back earlier than anticipated with this finger injury. He had a 2.13 ERA with a 0.98 whip. He may be a cheaper ad.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
That's sneaky. I like that.
You like that?
I do like that.
So I'm just looking at guys like that. So you talk about the AL Central, that entire division. Who's a guy you can plug and play? Eduardo Rodriguez may be a cheap option from the left side, and you can still have assets to go get a Giolito or a Shane Bieber. Now, Shane Bieber's not striking out a lot of guys.
No.
That does concern me a little bit.
Well, in our ballpark, though, it's a little bigger, so it's different. So you have to, and that's why I looked at like Carlos Rodon. I think he translated to the ballpark, but he strikes out a lot of guys. He's just a different pitcher. But if you're a fly ball, ground ball guy, you can get it. Like Logan Webb's a fly ball, ground ball guy, you know, the sinker. So I think it works in our stadium.
It does work. So you got that. You got that going
Arizona,
for you.
though.
Yeah, Arizona.
I mean, if you're a fly ball guy and you playing in Arizona, that's tough.
And you know what? You may be able to get Rodriguez. Now the Tigers are 10 games under 500. I don't know what they're doing. They're 5 back at the Central.
I'll tell
Everybody
you what
believes they got it.
Resetting for the next decade.
Yeah, AJ Hinch will probably be fired soon. Kansas City's 19 and 15.
They're horrific. And they had a walk-off win. They celebrated like they won the World Series the other day.
They're terrible.
Guy's first Major League Base
Free
hit.
Bobby Witt Jr. as you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HG1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget, you could also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. I was on Twitch yesterday, man, seeing what's happening on Twitch. Still a good audience on Twitch, man. They're still humming over there. They're still humming on YouTube. Of course, the Comcast Business text line. We got a lot going on in the Bay Area right now, so be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. A lot of people feeling good about the Giants. I know Erod's hurt 408, but he's having some bullpen sessions. He's supposed to be out for 2 to 3 months. He's having bullpen sessions right now, so that's why you may be able to get him for cheap, because he is a little banged up there. You don't know what you have. So Rodriguez is a good pitcher, man. He's solid from the left side. He'll strike out guys, too. Interesting. Just a cheap option to think about.
I like that.
Bieber, I don't know how much it's going to cost for Bieber.
It sounds like the Dodgers are in on him. The Padres are in on him.
It's going to drive up the price.
Yeah. So
literally everybody is in on starting pitching this year.
No doubt. Well, to me also bullpen. Like bullpen arms are at a premium right now. Look around who you're facing in baseball. St. Louis, why are they done right now? Pitching. They don't have any.
You got nobody.
They got nothing.
Nothing.
I'm looking at the Dodgers. Why do you not fear them even close to what you used to?
They don't have the pitching.
No. Losing Walker Buehler for a year is devastating.
Their bullpen has been the worst in baseball in the month of June. Their ERA is over 7.
It's been bad.
Very bad.
Very bad. I look at the San Diego Padres, and I say to myself, like, I don't know what I'm going to get out of them when it comes to their pitching. Like, I don't know. Yu Darvish is a great example. Like, he's so hot and cold. It's one or the other. It's either horrific or he's elite. He's nowhere in between. You know, Blake Snell hasn't been good for them.
No doubt.
You know, at least as good as they expected him to be. Musgrove has been, like, kind of and hurt.
I think Yu Darvish is, 36 now?
He's getting up there.
He's up there.
I know. Well, he came over at a later age.
Yeah, he's up there, but he's never really. He's had some stints. He's had some real. But Game 7 against the Astros,
he looks the part, but he doesn't finish.
Yeah, no, got a little. Ricky
I've always
Fowler
liked him.
Got a little Ricky Fowler to him. Is that fair?
Ooh, I like that.
Is that fair? Look at me, golf.
Look at me, golf.
Back to golf.
Maybe a little more Lee Westwood than Ricky Fowler.
Ooh.